In the vast and often intimidating world of culinary tools, two blades stand apart, defined as much by their silhouette as by their reputation: the chef's knife and the cleaver. To the uninitiated, they might seem like distant cousins in the same family of steel, but to truly understand them is to understand two fundamentally different philosophies of cutting. Let's cut through the noise and get to the heart of what separates the artist's scalpel from the butcher's axe. Purpose and primary use. Here's what matters most. What is the knife actually for? The job description for a chef's knife is incredibly broad, which is precisely its strength. Think of it as the general manager of your cutting board. It's the tool you grab instinctively for about 90% of your kitchen tasks. Its purpose is versatility. Dicing an onion, mincing garlic, slicing a tomato, cubing chicken breast, chopping herbs, this is its home turf. It's designed for prolonged use, for the rhythmic, meditative work of prepping ingredients with precision and control. It's a tool built from nuance, allowing you to go from a paper-thin slice to a hearty dice with a subtle shift in technique. It's the reliable, multifaceted partner for daily cooking. The cleaver, on the other hand, has a much more specialized and, frankly, more brutal resume. It is not your daily driver. It's the specialist you call in when the general manager is out of its depth. The primary purpose of a true meat cleaver is to apply immense force to break down dense, tough materials. We're talking about hacking through bones, splitting a whole chicken down the spine, separating ribs from a rack, or demolishing hard-skinned winter squash. It's a tool of demolition and primary butchery. Its function isn't about precision slicing, it's about portioning and partitioning. Using a cleaver is less about a dance and more about a decisive, powerful strike. Design, shape, and geometry. The stark difference in purpose is written directly into the physical form of each blade. A chef's knife has an elegant, almost predatory profile. It's wide at the heel where it meets the handle and tapers gracefully to a sharp, pointed tip. The most critical design feature is its curved belly. This curve, or rocker, is not an aesthetic choice. It's the engine of the knife's primary cutting motion. The shape allows the knife to maintain contact with the cutting board as you rock it back and forth, turning chopping and mincing into a fluid, efficient movement. The pointed tip provides the precision needed for detail work, like scoring meat or removing the eyes from a potato. A cleaver is the architectural opposite. It's a monolith of steel, almost entirely rectangular. There is no delicate tapered point, and the edge is typically much straighter. This shape is all about physics. The broad, flat face adds significant weight and distributes the force of impact over a wider area. The straight edge ensures that when you bring it down, the entire length of the blade makes contact at once, delivering a clean, powerful chop rather than a slice. Its geometry is a testament to its function. It's designed to be a wedge, to split things apart with authority. You can't rock a cleaver like a chef's knife. Its shape dictates a completely different approach to cutting. The wide face also serves a secondary purpose, allowing you to scoop up prepped ingredients and transfer them to the pan, or to crush cloves of garlic with a single smack. Weight, balance, and handling. Let me explain how these knives feel in your hand, because it's a world of difference. When you pick up a well-made chef's knife, the first thing you notice is the balance. The weight is distributed evenly between the blade and the handle, with the balance point, or fulcrum, typically located right where the blade meets the handle, at the bolster. This makes the knife feel like a natural extension of your arm. It's nimble, responsive, and allows for quick, agile movements without causing fatigue during long prep sessions. It's heavy enough to have substance, but light enough for you to control it with absolute precision. Handling a chef's knife is about control and endurance. Handling a cleaver is an entirely different experience. It is unapologetically heavy, and that weight is the whole point. The balance is intentionally blade forward, meaning most of the mass is concentrated in that big rectangle of steel. When you lift it, you immediately feel the potential energy. You're not just holding it, you're wielding it. This forward-heavy design helps you generate the momentum needed for powerful chops. The knife does most of the work for you, falling with gravity and its own mass to cleave through bone and tough tissue. It would be exhausting and impractical to use for delicate tasks, but for its intended purpose, that heft is its greatest asset. It's a tool you command rather than simply guide. The cutting motion, technique, and application. The way you use these knives is a direct consequence of their design. With a chef's knife, the primary technique is the rocking chop. You place the tip of the knife on the board and rock the curved belly of the blade down through the food, lifting the heel. Your guide hand, curled into a claw grip to protect your fingertips, holds the ingredient steady. This motion is incredibly efficient for dicing vegetables and mincing herbs, allowing for speed and consistency. For slicing, you use a smooth drawing motion, pulling the knife through the food from heel to tip. Every technique is about maintaining control and letting the sharp edge do the work with minimal pressure. The cleaver's technique is far more straightforward and primal. It's the chop. You grip the handle firmly, raise the cleaver, and bring it down with a single, committed, and forceful streak. There is no rocking, no delicate slicing. It's a vertical, percussive motion aimed at a specific point. The goal is to use the cleaver's weight and a bit of arm strength to drive the edge through the target. It's a technique that requires confidence and a clear, stable cutting surface, preferably a thick butcher block that can absorb the impact. Using a cleaver effectively is about committing to the cut and letting the tool's inherent power do its job. Blade thickness and grind. Look closely at the edge and the spine, the top unsharpened part of the blade, and you'll see the final crucial difference. A chef's knife has a relatively thin spine and is ground down to a very acute angle, typically between 15 to 20 degrees per side. This creates a razor-sharp, low-friction edge that glides through food with minimal resistance. This geometry is perfect for making clean, precise slices that don't damage the cell walls of delicate ingredients like herbs or tomatoes. However, this fine edge is also fragile. Hitting a bone or a frozen block of food with it could easily cause it to chip or roll. A cleaver is built on a foundation of durability. Its spine is significantly thicker, providing structural integrity and adding to the overall weight. The edge is ground to a much more obtuse angle, often 25 degrees or more per side. This creates a tougher, more robust edge. It may not feel as sharp to the touch as a chef's knife, but it's not meant for shaving thin slices. This wider, more durable edge is engineered to withstand the high impact stress of chopping through bone and dense cartilage without fracturing. It's a trade-off. You sacrifice slicing finesse for sheer resilience. The final cut, making the right choice. So, which one do you need? The answer isn't about which is better, but about what you cook. For virtually every home cook, a high-quality chef's knife is the single most important tool you can own. It will handle the vast majority of your daily needs with grace and efficiency. It's the foundation of good knife skills and a well-equipped kitchen. A cleaver, specifically a meat cleaver, is a specialty tool. Do you break down whole chickens, deal with large cuts of bone-in meat, or find yourself battling gargantuan butternut squash on a regular basis? If so, a cleaver is an invaluable asset that will save your chef's knife from certain destruction and make those tough jobs faster and safer. Ultimately, these two knives aren't competitors, they're partners on a well-rounded team, each a master of its own domain. Knowing when to call on the artist and when to call on the demolitions expert is the real secret to mastering your kitchen.